I am not surprised the little nun is missing. She is reckless.
Dost thou know of her?
No.
Yes, we shall lie to thee no longer. Aneska came hither in search of thee. The gift of sight blazed in her eyes, revealing unto her that we are childer of Cain. And yet she had no fear of us.
Where is she?
We told her thou wert not among us, and she left.
What?
She insisted on leaving this letter for thee, as if she somehow knew we had lied to her. I give it thee.
Dearest Christoph, I have not seen thee since the night thou fled the convent, and I fear thou hast been swallowed by the creatures that rule the night. But dread shall not rule my heart. I am resolved to renounce my holy orders and walk the face of the earth until I unite with thee. And if thou turneth thy face from me, I shall search for such panacea as will restore thy soul and bring the rose to thy fair cheek again. Thou hast captured my heart, and I can do naught but seek thee and make us both whole. Though our cause be lost, yet shall we both be found. Thy immortal love, Aneska.
Why didst thou not tell me?
Whelp, thou must leave her world behind.
Thou hast doomed her. I could have persuaded her to stay in the safety of the convent.
Nay, thou canst not control such as she. There was a mania that shone in her eye, a kind of madness. And yet her mind was sharp, as if her delirium had strengthened her mind rather than sapped it. In another time, I would have been moved to take such a one as my child.
Nay, her soul must remain pure. We must find her and save her from the fiends. We must redeem her before my curse dooms her, as in my dream.
The nun was not the only one missing. Many have been taken, mortal and vampire alike. We go in search of our bourgeois allies, but will rescue as many of the others as we can, including thy mortal nun.
Therefore we are resolved to entreat Prince Rudolf Brandel for assistance, even though he is of Clan Ventru. To make amends for withholding this letter from thee, we go tonight. Come.
We know of these disappearances. Little happens in Prague without our knowledge.
How now? Hast thou discovered the culprit?
We can direct thee aright, should we feel so moved.
I cannot imagine such a thing as can move thy lordship.
We desire a reliquary containing the arm of St. George, which lieth in the antechamber of the Cathedral of St. Vitus. Alas, a ring of hallowed ground outside the cathedral doth repel Cainites. The sanctified ground extends not into the cathedral, but we cannot cross the outer gates.
Then how may we cross the sanctified ring to enter the cathedral?
We tire of thee. Pray, do not return until thou hast the arm.
Very well. We go.
Nay, to withhold such knowledge is wicked. We seek to save many. Has the prince no pity, no humanity, that he only bestows his knowledge for a price?
I warn thee, stripling. We have staked fledglings for 100 years as punishment for little else than speaking in our presence. We allowed thy mistress to make thee, and we can unmake thee with a word.
Pray forgive him. Christoph knows not.
Silence. Because yon child Christoph did show bravery in the silver mines, and may yet be useful to us, he shall yet retain his freedom, but only if he henceforth silences his impertinent Bruges tongue. We tire of thee. Pray, do not return until thou hast the arm.
Take care. What is it you desire?
Salutations from Ekaterina the Wise.
Wise. Not wise enough to protect the mortals from Cainite treachery. And neither was I.
It has now been set right by the courage of the Promethean Bruja.
Has it? Another quarter of Prague is now defenseless before the fiends who steal innocence in the night. Sons of Cain and sons of Abel alike are missing. But I am pleased thou hast stopped the golem. Send my greetings to thy mistress.
Where do these many passages lead?
Everywhere. Everywhere mortals live in Prague. There are secret entrances to even the most impregnable fortresses of the mortals.
Most useful.
Enter them not, stripling. Trespass, and I will peel thy pretty, unscarred face and wear it as a fair and tender mask. My tunnels are only for Nosferatu.
Or those who pay the price.
What price?
Bring me a goblet of sweet blood from an elder Cainite of beautiful visage, or venture not within my lair.
Joseph, do thy hidden tunnels allow vampires to enter the cathedral?
Aye. My tunnels undermine the sanctified ring of protection. I have used the tunnels to enter the cathedral many times, and gorged myself upon the intoxicating Christian blood within.
Then I shall bring thee the blood of a beautiful Cainite elder, and enter thy tunnels. We crave a goblet of thy precious blood, that we may enter the Nosferatu tunnels to pass into the cathedral.
I do give thee a goblet of my blood, brave Christoph. May the arm of a saint arm us with absent.
Oh, yes. It is lovely. Most lovely. Thou mayest enter my halls. Go thou. However, I cannot guarantee a safe journey.
To the abyss with thee! To the abyss with thee!
I stand.
I shall depart.
Send me. To the abyss with thee!
I stand.
I shall depart.
The hunger is upon me and I must feed.
Attend me.
I stand.
I shall depart.
Attend me.
I stand.
I shall depart.
Return to me.
The abyss with thee! To 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 the abyss with thee!
Attend me.
I stand.
I shall depart.
Return to me.
I stand.
I shall depart.
Attend me.
I stand.
I shall depart.
Attend me. To the abyss with thee! 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 Return to me!
I stand!
I shall depart.
Attend me! To the abyss with thee! With thee!
I stand!
I shall depart.
Return to me! To the abyss! The abyss with thee!
I stand.
I shall depart.
Return to me.
I stand.
I shall depart.
Return to me. To the abyss with you. To the abyss with thee! And me. To the abyss with me! To the abyss! To the abyss!
I stand.
I shall depart.
Return to me! To the abyss with me!
I stand.
I shall depart.
To the abyss with me! Return to me! To the abyss! To the abyss!
depart.
Return to me.
I shall depart.
Return to me. To the abyss with me. To the abyss. To the abyss. To the abyss with me. The abyss with me.
I shall depart.
Return to me. Return to me. return to me.
The path of Cain is the only escape. Follow it. Let it lead you.
In the beginning, there was only Cain. Cain, who sacrificed his brother out of love. Cain, who was cast out. Cain, who was cursed with the lust for blood. It is Cain from whom we all come, our sire's sire. For the passing of an age, Cain lived in the land of Nod, in loneliness and suffering. For an eon he remained alone, but the passing of memory drowned his sorrow, and so he returned to the world of mortals, to the world of mortals, to the world his brother and his brother's children had created. Though he became ruler of a mighty nation, Cain was still alone, for none was as he. His sorrow grew once again. Then he committed another great sin, for he begat progeny, of whom there were only 3. But from them came more progeny, Cain's grandchildren. And then Cain said, "An end to this crime. There shall be no more." And as Cain's word was law, his brood obeyed him. The city stood for many ages and became the center of a mighty empire. But then came the deluge, a great flood that washed over the world. The city was destroyed, and its people along with it. Again Cain fell into a great sorrow and went into solitude, becoming as a dog amidst the wastes, and leaving his progeny to their own ends. They came to him and begged him to return, to help them rebuild the city. But he would not come with them, saying the flood had been sent as punishment for his having returned to the world of life and subverting the true law. A great war was waged, the elders against their children, and the children slew their parents. The rebels then built a new city and brought to it 13 tribes. It was a beautiful city, and its people worshipped them as gods. They created new progeny of their own, the 4th generation of Cainites. But they feared the jihad, and it was forbidden for those children to create others of their kind. Although this city was as great as Cain's, eventually it grew old. As do all living things, it slowly began to die. Their city was destroyed and their power extinguished. With their authority gone, all were free to create their own broods. And soon there were many new Cainites who ruled across the face of the earth.
To the abyss with you!
Who is it disturbeth the repose of the dead?
One who prizes the living over the dead.
Thou hast entered the halls of King Vaclav the First. Thy canine flesh must be unraveled from thy canine bones, that thou may enter the halls of the dead, naked of all but thy canine spirit.
Behold, Christoph, there are worse fates than death, and worse than unlife is a vampire.
Thou spoke true. Attend me. Behold the reliquary with the arm of St. George. I pray thee, tell us of those that are missing.
Yes, thou hast done well. We shall tell thee a tale to curdle thy blood. Thy absent friends and vanished allies now dwell in Vienna, at the chantry of the damnable clan Tremere. They abduct mortals and turn them into ghouls, that they may have foot soldiers in their bloody war against the Tzimisce. But now the Tremere have undertaken to abduct their fellow vampires in violation of all Cainite law. They conjoin the flesh of many vampires to create demonic gargoyles to fight the Tzimisce. Such are the ways of those that did once plunder the power of Cain by committing an unspeakable act upon a grandchild of Cain.
Where have they taken the slaves?
We know not, but our spies have ferreted out their slave master. His name is Ardan, and he dwelleth in a secret Tremere chantry hidden within an alchemist's shop in Golden Lane.
We seek thy princely permission to attack him and liberate such slaves as he has taken.
Such dispensation I do not give lightly, for we of Clan Ventru have lately joined in an alliance with the Tremere. We do use the Tremere for our own ends against the hated Tzimisce clan. Yet for their crimes against my city, the Tremere must pay a debt of blood. We do bestow our princely dispensation upon thee. Thou mayst assault Arden's chantry and liberate such Cainite slaves as he has taken.
May we liberate mortal slaves as well, or does the prince care not for those whose blood sustains us?
I see that Ekaterina the Wise has not yet tamed the impertinent tongue of this child. I shall assist her in the chore. Now that thou hast paid the price, I give thee full dispensation to liberate such mortals as thou findeth within Arden's chantry. Now get thee from my sight.